To illustrate what I mean about getting on board, I want to tell you a little story about when I was in Alaska. So, one summer when I was in my early 20s, I found myself going on a fish processing boat. We got on the ship, we put our stuff in, and then we went into the little town and we had some time to explore. So, I'm going back to the boat, I'm by myself, and I get to the bottom of the plank and I start going up the plank. Well, it occurs to me that finally in the middle somewhere that I'm like, I'm bouncing kind of a lot. And so I actually focus on what's ahead of me. And ahead of me, they had they had put the plank leaning on top of like two or three crates. And every time that I took a step forward, my pressure on that would bounce the plank on those crates. I'm not sure that I fully appreciated just how dangerous the situation was. Because if that plank fell off of the boat, I would go with it. And if I went with it, it would be into this icy cold water, which later we had a little video which showed us that what happens if you fall into this icy cold water is that you literally have like 3 or 4 strokes and you're dead because it's so cold, it just like freezes you to death. I don't know if that's true, but that's how I remember it. So I start walking slower so as to not make it bounce so much, right? So, right as I'm about to take that last step to get onto the crates and get onto the ship, it falls. The plank falls. And the way that it fell, thank heavens, is it wedged me literally between the plank and the ship. So here I am in the middle, dangling between the plank and the ship. And that's when somebody on the ship figured out what was happening. I'm sure I screamed and came running to help me. So, what do I mean about getting on board? Why am I telling this story? Why am I telling this story? Is because here's the thing: when we're trying to make a change in our lives, when we're trying to do something, we can't be on the plank. We can't be on the plank because that's not on the boat. The ship of change that is going to take us to where we need to be is where we need to be on the ship, not dangling in the middle of the plank of the ship, not on the plank, not on the dock, right? None of these places are going to get us to where we need to be, which is on that ship, moving forward, going towards the place that we want to be